think most of us can agree that herbs and spices are some of the best ways to enhance our delicious food. But what's the difference between them? How are all of you wonderful people doing today? My name is Levi Peters, and this is Levi Explains on MIgardener. Now, a lot of us, when we're talking about food, we talk about herbs and spices, and generally we use them interchangeably. But what really is the difference between an herb and a spice? It's quite simple, really. So herbs are any of the leaves of the plant that you use for culinary use. So you got basil, you got oregano, you got rosemary, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
And for spices, it's any other part of the plant. So you have, your turmeric, you got your saffron, which is, the stigma, the flower, you got your ginger, which is the root of the plant, and that's pretty much the difference. Some people might think that the spices are spicy and the herbs aren't. It's kind of true and kind of not, because generally leaves are not as spicy as the other parts of the plants. They don't have that pungency, generally, but not all the time. So if there is something that is spicy, but it's a leaf, it's technically an herb. And that's the difference between your herbs and your spices. Like I said, it's something you generally just don't think about. It's just something you kind of take for granted. You're like, yeah, I got my herbs, I got my spices, whatever, same thing, you can interchange them, but they're not interchangeable. They actually do have a definite meaning. But before I head out, guys, I want to know in the comment section down below, let me know, what is your favorite herb and what is your favorite spice? That's probably a hard one. I can't even tell you. Probably ginger for the spice, and for the herb, rosemary or Greek oregano. I absolutely love Greek oregano. Actually, no, see, this is even hard for me. Basil. I'm gonna stick with basil. That is delicious with tomatoes and mozzarella and all that goodness. But I wanna know what your favorites are. And with that being said, I will see you all very soon. Adios. I'm so sorry for the inconsistency in light. This is what happens when you're using natural light for your lighting, and there's clouds, and then there's no clouds, clouds, and no clouds, clouds, and no clouds.
Yada, yada, yada.